to today's class. Today's class is absolute value inequalities. So this is absolute value inequalities part 1. Absolute values inequalities part 1. So what we have here is that solving an absolute value inequality problem is similar to solving an absolute value equation. Similar to solving an absolute value equation. So given that the symbol is greater than or equal to, if A is greater than 0, then the solutions to the absolute value of A is greater than then the solution to the absolute value of X is greater than X is greater than A, or X is less than minus A. What that simply means is that when you are solving an absolute value inequality and you have greater than sign, the answer will be or. The answer will be or and not and. So it therefore means that the solutions to the absolute value of X is greater than A are X is greater than A, or X is less than minus A. Now, why is it so? You know that if you find the absolute value of 3, for example, the absolute value of 3 is 3, and the absolute value of minus 3 is still 3. So in absolute value, you neglect the negative sign. So that's why we are saying that if the absolute value of X is greater than A, the solution will be X is greater than A, or X is less than minus A. Because, for example, the absolute value of 3 is 3, the absolute value of minus 3 is still 3. Alright, so let's continue. Now, if the absolute value of X is greater than or equal to A, then X is greater than or equal to A, or X is less than or equal to minus A. So we are also saying that given that the symbol is less than or equal to, if A is less than 0, then the solutions to the absolute value of X is less than A are X is less than A and, take note, for less than we use the word and, for greater than we use the word or. So X is less than A and X is greater than minus A. This can also be written as minus A is less than X is less than A. Now, if the absolute value of X is less than or equal to A, then X is less than or equal to A and X is greater than or equal to minus A, which can also be combined as this. So we have some examples here, but in this video, I'll solve only the first example. Then, next video, I'll do number 2. So, the first example we have here, solve the absolute value of 2x plus 5 is greater than 11. 2x plus 5 is greater than 11. You see, we're having greater than sign, which means the word or will be used. The word or will be used. But there's how you can solve it. You don't need to put, there's how you can solve it. Leave a little space between. When you have your final answer, you check if it is possible to combine, use the word and. If it is not possible, you use the word or. So you can still solve without using or directly. Then at the final answer, you insert the word or. Okay, so let's see how we can solve number 1. Number 1, the absolute value of 2x plus 5 is greater than 11. What that simply means is that 2x plus 5 is greater than 11, or 2x plus 5 is less than minus 11. That's the meaning. That's the meaning. Less than minus 11. Look at it. Given that the symbol greater than or equal to, then it means that if A is greater than 0, then the solutions to the absolute value of X greater than A will be X is greater than A, or X is less than negative A. So that's what I'm doing here. It means that this is is greater than 11, or this is less than minus 11, or that is less than minus 11. There's also another way you can picture it. You can still use this idea that the absolute value of 3 is 3. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3. So what that means is that if this is greater than 11, it means that 2x plus 5 is greater than 11. It also means that minus